what made you think that, hey, entrepreneurship is the way I need to do to build my life, and which kind of business you were first interested in?
For sure. So that's a deep question. There's many parts to digest. So number one, school, in my opinion, is great for technical skills that you can't learn by trial and error. Like, for example, you can't learn how to be a pilot by trial and error. Oh, I crashed a few planes.
Oops.
I crashed a few planes. Oops. Now I learn what not to do. Same with like surgeries. Oops, I killed, 17 people. Now I can be a surgeon, right? Yeah. But business, you learn by doing business and making mistakes and losing customers and improving. And that's the difference in the education approach, because both are taught the same way in school, yet they're completely different subject matters, right? If it's accounting, law, engineering, there's very little trial and error. Therefore, it needs to be taught one way. But with business, everything is trial and error. There's no defined, path to it. There's all these creative ways, especially in 2023, when there's social media and there's 101 ways to get customers, right? It's just completely different. When I was in school, I already was trading. So that's what really started for me. I started getting interested in the stock market senior year of high school.
Yeah.
And that passion transisted throughout freshman year of college. I was trading in class,
Classic.
And
are we talking like Robinhood, like you pulled out?
Well, I started with Robinhood, then I transitioned over to more advanced platforms like TD Ameritrade, where I could actually do charting, and was really all I spent in my free time doing was looking at stocks and charts, because that was really interesting to me. I'm like, listen, people on the computer can make more money than the college professor.
For sure.
I didn't prove it to myself back then yet that it's true, right? Because I was making all this money, but I was like, let me give it a shot. Maybe it turns out to be true that can be the lifestyle I can achieve. So I remember it vividly when I ended up dropping out was because I was in my economics class when I already switched from engineering to a business degree. And we were learning about the markets, Dow Jones Industrial Average, the different market cycles, and I was trading in that class. And I remember I went after class to see my professor. I was like, hey, I'm really fascinated with the lecture you had today. I'm actually personally investing in the stock market. I want to become better at it. I'm trading Tesla right now. That was when Tesla was $200 pre-split,
that was crazy.
Thousands of percents ago. And I was like, could you give me some advice on this? Should I buy more shares of Tesla? Should I sell it? Is there any other stocks you recommend? And he was like, Simon, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I can't give you any tips or advice on the stock market. I'm personally not invested in the stock market. My wife doesn't let me trade and invest. She thinks it's gambling.
Oh God.
So then I was like, wait a second. Why am I accumulating debt to be in school to learn from a guy who makes $40K to $60K a year, teaching about the stock market, yet he's never invested in a stock before because his wife doesn't let him? Where's the logic in that?
Right.
So I was like, let me change the input of where I'm getting my information. Dropped out, and then I seeked mentorship from people who actually had results in that particular field. And that's been my common theme with anything I want to learn, whether it's real estate, whether it's taxes, whether it's trading. I go to people who have results in that particular industry. And that's the one biggest thing people that start out don't really understand, is that it really matters who you take advice from. And you need to make sure that those people that you are learning from actually have walked the walk and taught.
Yeah.
They
know what they're doing.
Exactly.
They've been there, right?
Yeah.